Well, good afternoon, and we appreciate everybody jumping on the Facebook waves and all the different social media waves. But we have an announcement to make here today here at Livestream STL. We've picked up a new show called Toasted Tavern, which is more of a local slash national style podcast. And I have on the line over here one of our hosts here, Mr. Mike Wagon Connect. We call him Wags, and Mike, how you doing, my friend?
Oh, doing wonderful. Super excited about the future and cannot wait to get started and bring all of our knowledge, quote knowledge, to the masses. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Excellent, excellent. And tell us a little bit of what to expect here with your podcast here, Toasted Tavern.
Yeah, Scott Tobin and I have been doing this show for, goodness, about 4 years now. And what we do is we like to focus kind of on the Midwest because there's an East Coast bias, there's a West Coast bias. And for our point of view, it's the Midwest doesn't get talked about enough. So we try to highlight as much of the Midwest as we possibly can. Our main focus, obviously, is the St. Louis kind of metro area because we live here. We're big fans of the Blues, the Cardinals, City, Mizzou, SLU, all of those teams. We're also, cognizant of what's going on over in Kansas City with the Chiefs and the Royals as well. But we like to take a focus kind of on that Midwest angle and then try to kind of pare it down to where it fits in nationally as well. So we're not going to be just a one-trick horse and talk about one team or one area. We try to kind of connect it to the national scene as well and just kind of highlight what they call the flyover area and bring the great knowledge and the great sports and players to the masses across the entire United States, because when you look at it, some of the best games, some of the best teams, some of the best players come from this area and they don't get highlighted enough.
Right. And you and Scott both here are local announcers. So you're very familiar with the area here, which is really awesome. I know you're more on the West County, Northwest County area there, where Scott is more kind of out towards the Washington, Eureka area as well. And so, I mean, it's going to be a really neat angle to have you guys here, especially here on Livestream STL. And we'll open up and get that information out here in just a second on when to see you guys and whatnot. But how long have you guys had Toasted Tavern going? Because I know you had another podcast before that. So maybe the total between the two.
Yeah, but between the two, we started our original show back in about 2018 and kind of ran that for a couple of years and then kind of twisted off of that and moved into the Tavern just to a little after COVID hit, actually. And we started off as a video podcast, and then we kind of continued it on with COVID. And one of our frequent guests on the show, Tom Ackerman from KMOX, kind of pushed it as we were one of the innovators for this new style of coverage for sports with the video podcasting. I mean, I don't know if that's actually officially the case, but we were right there on the forefront. And when we transitioned into the Toasted Tavern, we kept up the same kind of style. And we still continue to bring on big guests and talk about things. Our biggest thing was heading out to Kansas City and being a part of some big events out there with the Royals. We went to the Negro League Hall of Fame and did some stuff there and toured the Kansas City Royals Hall of Fame as well. So we don't sit in our houses and sit in our basements and podcast. We like to get out and do things in the community and in different places and showcase the sports landscape of the area as well. So between the two, I mean, 2018 was when we started, and we've been going strong ever since in between our play-by-play gigs and our regular jobs and our lives. So it's been a constant part of what we've been doing, and we cannot wait to continue with you guys here on Livestream STL.
So people are wanting to probably know what do you guys normally cover when you're not doing Toasted Tavern?
Everything. We cover all the sports in the area. I know Scott has been a big broadcaster for the radio station he works for. He's partnered with the Cardinals as well, doing his day job, so he's got a little bit of an insight there. For me, I work over at Lindenwood University in the production department, so we cover everything on the back-end production side for all the sports there on the ESPN Plus broadcast, but I'm also in front of the mic as well doing things, actually getting ready to head up to Chicago in a couple weeks to do some hockey playoffs. I've covered everything from hockey to lacrosse to field hockey, basketball, football, baseball, basically you name it. I've probably called it and will continue to do so as well. So we cover the gamut of things, and that's why I said knowledge in quotes, because we know a little bit about everything. We don't know everything about one thing, but we try to bring that to you guys and keep the conversation going with the fans as well. That's the biggest part, is the interaction with the people that are watching and are involved as well. We want to make sure that, it's just not two talking heads spewing the same stuff out there that you're hearing on everything else. We want to interact with the people that are watching and listening and get you guys involved as much as we possibly can as well.
Absolutely. You guys are kind of the utility player of the area here, so I love that. So here's the big reveal. When is our when's the first episode going to happen?
First episode coming up real quick, Sunday, February 2nd at 7 o'clock. We're going to go live at 7, and we usually go about an hour or so, but you know what? It might be first show. We might just go all night if we're able to. So we'll talk as much sports as we possibly can, get you prepared for the big game. We won't say the other word because we don't want to get dinged by the NFL. So we are going to cover the big game as much as we possibly can. Then we'll take a break, and then we'll be back the week after the Super Bowl, because we know everybody's going to be glued to their seats and into their TVs watching the Kansas City Chiefs try for that three-peat. So we'll come to you live on February 2nd, take the week off, and then come back full bore right after that.
Perfect. So again, Sunday, 7 o'clock, we'll have it right here on livestream STL.tv and on our Roku app as well on livestream STL. Make sure you tune in. We'll have a special spot for them as well in our video on demand section, so you'll have to scroll down the website and the Roku channel a little bit to find that, but we'll have those episodes in their entirety. So we appreciate the time here, Wags, and I'm excited about it and looking forward to it, my friend.
Oh, I've been excited since we talked about a week and a half ago. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Let's talk sports, and let's just get on into the family and grow it as big as we possibly can.
Perfect, man. We appreciate you being on here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Mr. Michael Wagenknecht, as we all know him here as Wags, here on Livestream STL, and Toasted Tavern coming up here Sunday, 7 o'clock.